up, you guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Unique.
Oh, I'm Chris.
And today we are back with another video. I don't think we've ever done a video like this before. We're going to do 10 interesting facts about us separately, not as a couple.
No, I mean, I think we talked about ourselves, but I don't know if we ever did a video specifically about.
Because most of them are just about our relationship, but these are facts about us as individuals. So we both wrote down 10 things about us, and yeah, we're gonna share them with you guys. We really hope you guys enjoy this video.
Yeah, hopefully my life wasn't too boring and you guys don't fall asleep.
I feel like your facts are more interesting than mine.
Maybe.
So the first thing about me, which I don't know if I've said this before or not.
Is it the most interesting or just?
No, it's not the most interesting. Okay. It's just, I just put it. Some of them are more interesting than others. I was born in New Jersey, but I only stayed there for 2 months, so I don't remember it. But I was born in New Jersey. That's what my birth certificate says. That's where I was born. And yeah. But we do live in Florida. But I lived in Florida since then, so. But I visited. Yeah.
Okay. My first fact, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, not sure, but I am adopted. I was adopted at a pretty early age. I believe like 18 months. First, it was kind of like a foster home where I stayed. Eventually, they ended up adopting a group of us. One group because she didn't want to take one sibling, which was my older brother Corey. She didn't want to keep Corey and not keep his sisters, so she took the whole, all the siblings, and then it was me and my brother, and then my younger brother Herbie, and then my sister Sonia. Pretty much were foster kids, but she ended up adopting us, and most of them were adopted before they can really remember being not adopted. I remember my birth mom, so I was a little bit different, but yeah, I was adopted at an early age, and that is the family I grew up with. Actually, which leads me to my second fact. I have 14 brothers and sisters total. I had to count them 3 times, but between the one brother I have that I didn't grow up with, my birth brother, and then the rest of my adopted brothers and sisters, and my mom's kids, yeah, there's 14. I have 14 siblings total. Lots of us.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And my second fact is, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but in my daily life, I get questions about it a lot. I'll show you. I have this scar on my hand.
That's my daily life.
And it was from when I was just born in the hospital. I was sick, which one of my other facts will be about that. I had an IV in my hand and it burned me, and the doctor said it will never go away. It doesn't affect anything, it's just a scar. But yeah, I get a lot of questions about that.
So that reminds me of one of my facts. So I've broken my bones more times than I don't even know how many. I try to count and I just can't really remember. Also because sometimes I broke bones and didn't realize they were broken until way too late. But I've broken this hand itself I think 3 times, and I've broken the finger twice on this hand. This knuckle, or maybe I don't even remember. I know I've broken toes, broken a lot of bones, kind of getting used to it. As I'm getting older though, definitely starting to feel it in my just daily life. It just hurts. I can feel when it rains based on my fingers.
My third fact is that when I was in the 3rd grade.
Number 3.
When I was in 3rd grade, we all had to draw a picture with pastels, and mine was actually entered into an art contest in New York. I never went. I didn't go to it, but it was entered in it. But yeah, fun fact.
And actually my last 2 facts are kind of tied. So this one not so fun, interesting, but it's kind of, I don't want to bum anyone out, but I've lost a lot of people that I love, parents, siblings. Just through my course of life, when you have more people, anytime your family gets bigger, obviously there's the bad side that comes to that, you know, eventually you have to lose those people or they have to lose you. But yeah, I've lost, you know, my mom, my birth mom and my real mom, my dad. I lost my younger brother who got killed. I have cousins. Just death all over the place. My best friend died. This was one of the hardest deaths for me because I dealt with him on a daily basis. Almost as hard as my brother, not quite. I think when Omar passed, it kind of prepared me for my brother's death. But yeah, completely opposite because she's lost, I think maybe 1 to 2 people, and it's no one I don't think she was really close with.
Yeah.
It's kind of like grandparents type thing, distant grandparents. But yeah, not a fun fact, but I guess interesting, sad.
Yeah. Well, my next one is actually, it's not sad, it's just annoying, I guess.
Sad.
For me, it's sad. When I was 2 years old, I was going to be in my great-grandma's wedding, was it her? I think so. And my mom had asked one of my great aunts to do my hair for me. I was 2, remember, 2. And she put a relaxer in my hair. So if you see my sister's hair, they have like long, like really curly, pretty hair. And this is my hair. I mean, it's gotten better over the years since I stopped straightening it and putting relaxer in it. But yeah, when I was 2 years old, she put a relaxer in my hair. And nobody will touch my daughter's hair because of that.
Yeah, she brings it up at least once a year. She seems pretty upset about it.
Yeah, it's something that I just did not have pretty hair growing up, and I was always insecure about my hair, and so I would hide it. And now that I'm older, I'm just now starting to get my curls back and stuff like that, and being more confident wearing my natural hair.
Which give me my credit.
Well, he's the reason why.
I told her, you don't need, just wear it natural, wear it loose, the whip. And she's like, she didn't even believe at first that it looked good until she started getting random compliments from everyone and their mama. And then she's like, oh, okay. But that was my idea, y'all. Something that's far less depressing than my last fact, but I actually can communicate in like several languages. I'm not really, I'm totally not fluent in anything, but I studied Japanese for 3 years, and kind of, you know, after studying for 3 years, I kind of just studied it myself. But I look Spanish, so, you know, I grew up in a Spanish, you know, Tampa's pretty Spanish. I don't know if anyone's familiar, but where I lived at, everyone was Spanish, so people used to talk to me in Spanish, and I kind of just had to learn it. And not only that, but in high school, I kind of hang out with the Spanish kids. So, you know, I know quite a bit of Spanish, quite a bit of Japanese. Like, I used to listen to a lot of German music, so I kind of like studied German languages. Would help me when I started learning Dutch because, that's one of my other facts. But yeah, so I can speak a little bit of Dutch, Spanish, Japanese, English. I also know English, thank God. But honestly, even outside languages, I know I'm just really good with communication. So even if I met someone who speaks a language I'm not, you know, familiar with at all, I can usually tell if they're Eastern or Western European, if they're, you know, if they're Chinese or Japanese or Korean or Thai. Like, I can just discern the differences between the dialects because of my vast experiences with languages.
Cool. I only know English. Okay. My next fact, don't come for me. Please don't come for me.
Come for y'all. Comment below how upset this fact makes you, because every time it comes up in our relationship, I have to question whether I love her. No, not really. No. But I question whether she's whether she's mentally sane, because
I do not like peanut butter and chocolate. The combination. Bleh. But I eat them separately, but I'm not even the biggest fan of peanut butter. I love chocolate. But I don't get why. I don't get the hype. I don't get it. It just does not.
Will somebody please comment below and explain to her so I don't feel so alone in stressing that my expression that she is ridiculous for not loving peanut butter and chocolate. Like, as a kid, Like one of my favorite things to do was get a spoon of peanut butter and like just eat it. And if you had some chocolate to go with that spoon of peanut butter.
No, I just prefer the chocolate by itself, or I do like mint and chocolate.
Or Reese's. Reese's are 100% top 3 candy bars around the world. If you guys disagree, let me know. But top 3 candy bars, Reese's, and she not a fan. I don't get it, but my next fact actually, I almost said it in the last one, but I actually have 3 children who live in Europe. You know, it's pros and cons to that. You know, of course, I miss them. I haven't seen them in a while. I was just actually talking to their mom about trying to set up a visit at some point. Obviously, I plan to go see him, but with the whole corona, that kind of got really thrown way to the side. They live in Amsterdam, if you were wondering, in Holland. You know, since they moved there, I started, trying to learn Dutch because at this point, my kids speak Dutch first. English is like their third language, but they can speak second. Yeah, second
Spanish
language. Second with is yes. So they speak Dutch primarily, then English, then Spanish. But yeah, so that's kind of the reason why I started learning Dutch, which is actually really easy as far as the words. The pronunciation is really difficult, especially for American dialects. But
it's kind of like Arabic, like it's very.
Yeah, a lot of like sounds like you're choking on a matzo ball.
Or something else.
We're gonna cut that part out because she don't me. Oh yeah, I was actually watching the video. Anyways, so yeah, my kids live in Holland, and yeah, Holland's actually pretty fun to visit. Not so great to live. Good part. So the good part, yeah. So it sucks that they, they're far away, but the quality of life to me is a lot better. I stayed there myself for about 7 months, and it's a lot more peaceful, a lot less crime. They have a lot more, schools free, and it's just a lot, better quality of living in, South Florida. So
my next fact actually brings me back to my second fact. Why I even have the scar in the first place. I was really sick baby because I pooped inside my mom.
She's a shitter.
Yeah, I pooped inside of her and she was really sick. I was really sick. I was in the ICU.
Not like poop when she was coming out. Not like her mom pooped in her.
Yeah, no.
She was dropping bombs.
Inside of my mom.
Yeah.
I was in the ICU for 2 weeks after I was born.
And to this day, she still kind of smells like poop.
Stop!
No, she doesn't smell like poop, y'all. It's just a joke. All right, so my next fact is actually something that once you get to know me, you'll probably, if you would like know me, you'll realize. But I'm a complete music nerd. Like I know I mentioned it in probably a few other videos. See, my family's mostly black, but I grew up listening to all kind of music, and I don't really listen to normal music. Like I'm bougie with it.
He's not gonna put on the throwback Nelly jam.
Yeah, no throwback Nelly jams.
You're a real fan if you know.
Grills is a song he was referring. She'll just randomly play Grills. And I'm like, who is requesting Grills? Like, I ain't got no problem with Nelly, but who requesting Grills? Like, anyways, yeah, like I listen to a lot of underground, like indie kind of stuff. But even outside of that, like I love music. Like I love studying music, and I can play a few instruments, and I went to school for music actually. Yeah, so huge music nerd. Libra.
I'm trying to think of somebody that like current known, that you would play. Lil Baby. No. Da Baby. My next fact I used to be really embarrassed about. And now I'm sharing it to the internet. I don't know how many people know this outside of my family. But I played with Bratz dolls until I was 13 years old. And when I was going into high school, because I was 14 when I was going to high school, I realized, okay, I have to stop playing with Bratz dolls. I was obsessed.
Yeah, well, I think nowadays people are like so quick to jump into not being kids. I think there's nothing wrong with it.
But now, looking back, I'm like, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, none of my other friends were playing with it, but 13-year-olds are growing up so quickly.
Yeah, it's a peer pressure to not be a kid and to kind
Yeah.
of jump. Listen, if there's anybody who watches us who's not yet 18, trust me, you don't want to be 18. You don't want to be an adult. You don't want freedom, because with
freedom comes responsibility.
No, because when the Spider-Man quote, whatever it is, it sucks, bro. Like bills, stress. If I could go back to pick any age, like any age in history, I would pick 15. Like I would pick 16
14.
years old. 16-year-old for me.
I'd pick 14.
I was like 16, 17, best time of my life for sure. But
14 or 12.
we went on a tangent here, but there was nothing wrong with her playing with Bratz dolls.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have that issue now, because at 23 we might have some issues, different conversation. Another thing, kind of a nerdy fact about me is, I think a lot of times when people just kind of come across me in daily life, they get like a certain perception of me based on the way I carry myself or whatever. But I'm actually pretty intelligent. I studied some type of engineering for most of my life. You know, in middle school it was electronical engineering and structural engineering, and then in high school, aeronautical engineering. Actually studied that for 4 years, aero design, and then in college I studied audio engineering, which some people think, you know, it's like audio engineering is like, oh, it's not engineering, but I actually studied the engineering aspect of it, you know, the technical aspect of wave properties and, you know, things like that. So actually really smart. I just kind of act stupid because...
Not even. You don't act stupid.
Well, I'm just a country. I kind of...
Sometimes he acts too smart.
Not purposely,
like
though.
He'll...
She throwing shots.
Unknowingly.
She throwing shots.
He'll unknowingly, like, make somebody feel stupid. Like, I see it all the time, especially with his employees. I'm like, man.
No, I'm very direct. Like, I don't know. I just kind of direct, and if you don't get something, it confuses me as how you don't understand. Like, especially if I explain it and you don't understand, I'm like...
Some people need an explanation more than
some people need you to draw on a piece of paper for them. But that's not knocking people who have a difficult time learning. Honestly, I learned really easily, and I never really used it.
Hey, my next fact mostly grosses me out. Like, the thought of it is bleh, bleh,
I think it's funny.
bleh. I hate wet blankets. Like if a blanket comes out of the dryer and like I touch it and it's still
I'm still waiting for the day where I can like wait till she's sleeping, slowly take off the blanket she's sleeping with, and just slap her with like a soaking wet blanket.
And like, you know those prank videos of people like pouring water on top of somebody? I would be so grossed out. Like I don't watch them because I can't. I
wanna trap you in a wet blanket.
No, I cannot. Like, I would be so angry. I would be livid if somebody that I can't even watch the videos because it's disgusting. It's nasty. That's nasty.
I mean, I don't like wet blankets.
And but it grosses me
it
out. Like, even if like you accidentally, you're in the bed and you're drinking water and you accidentally no.
Or like if you...
No.
My next fact, which is the best fact for sure, for me at least, is I absolutely love beer. Like, some people think, kind of confused with being an alcoholic. Like...
What?
Anyways. No, I don't really love alcohol. Like, I don't like the actual getting drunk thing. Like, you'll never almost see me get bottles. Not because I can't afford it. For me, liquor is more about just getting drunk and having a good time, which I'll do if I'm going out, hanging out, or with my family. But on my own time, I just love beer. Like, not just, and then I'm not talking like Bud or Bud Light. I either drink the really shitty beer to catch a buzz, or I try craft beers, IPAs, APAs. Even the beer I hate the most, which is like the white wheat beer. I still, I still will sip it and enjoy it just because the different flavor profiles. But yeah, I love beer. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm country or because I'm kind of classic, but I know a lot of young men like, oh, I don't drink beer. And I'm like, a man who doesn't drink beer is a woman, in my opinion. Sorry for all you women watching. But
I know some women who like beer.
Women, I know a lot of. Well, I was being very misogynistic, but point being is,
I don't.
if you can't enjoy beer, you know what can you enjoy is my question.
Chocolate. All right, my next fact is also another thing that I hate.
Because she hates everything and loves nothing.
I hate being late. It just makes me angry. I don't know, it gets me in a bad mood. I don't like being late, and it's annoying when other people are late too. I don't understand why you work the same time every day, but yet you're late every day.
Which is confusing for me because I can't not be late. Like, if I have to be on time, I'm pissed off. Like, if I have to be on time, I can't work here. Like, I can't work on a job where they expect me to show up the time I'm scheduled. That's why I have to be the boss, I guess, because as the boss, I can just scroll in with a Chick-fil-A sandwich an hour and a half late.
He doesn't even eat Chick-fil-A. He complains about it.
Yeah, but point being is if I want to do that, I can. Or I can scroll in with some homemade scrambled eggs an hour late. My fact is, actually,
This
it's
is
a
the
fun
last
fact.
fact, right?
It is the last fact. Welcome to the last fact.
I'm saying the last one.
You last?
I'm last.
She just stole my sign, bro. Welcome to my last fact, though. It's the best facts. So, one time, true story. I tell people this, they think it's like some shit I just made up. True story. I once pulled a man from a burning building.
Oh.
Yeah, I was minding my own business. There I was, probably drinking a beer, and I heard like some commotion. I was staying in apartments in East Tampa, and I heard a bunch of commotion and people yelling, and had a flashback because when I was younger, like around 12 or 13, I kind of heard the same commotion, and ended up it was a house down the street from my block on fire, and sadly, the grandmother and the young baby that lived in the house passed away. Three of the kids that lived, the other three grandkids, all made it out. But just hearing those people scream and fight to tear that door open, and the sound of the lady it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. But fast forward to about 23, 24, I think I was, and I heard the same type of commotion right outside, and I see smoke billowing from a door. Run downstairs, and they say, he in there still. Some older woman who stayed on the property. And I said, who? And they say, Tommy, the guy, the name of the guy who was in there, he was an older gentleman as well. So I ran into the building, and the moment I stepped through the front door, like I could feel the lung getting, it felt like my lungs collapsed. Like I could feel the air getting sucked out. Like it was very, very uncomfortable. I had to actually step back out, take a deep breath, and then I ran back in and held my breath the second time. I ran in and hard to see. And I don't know how long I was in there, but I finally got in the kitchen trying to put the source of the fire out, which was some oil that had overflowed and burnt. And he's trying to put the oil out. I'm like, man, and I yell him, let's go, man, let's go. And he said he got to put it out. I'm like, bro, let's go. And got him out the house, showed him the way out, and the moment he got outside, he collapsed and started coughing. He had black lungs. I'm pretty sure. I don't know the technical term for it, but they said it was black lungs. But I didn't even think about what I did until like years later. Honestly, years later when I saw him standing on the gas station, and I'm like, man, that's that guy that I pulled from the house that was on fire. And I'm like, oh shit, I pulled. I can't believe that I pulled a guy out of a house on fire. My last story is the best one. Now let's listen to whatever she has to say. I'm just joking. Her story is gonna be. Guys, I'm so excited.
On a lighter note.
I'm so excited.
My name is Almost Miracle. Oh, it's glad it's not. By the way, just putting that out there. No offense.
I know a couple miracles, and they use thoughts.
Yeah, my almost name was Miracle. Dodged a bullet.
My almost name was Goop.
Like the video if you get it.
Alright folks, so that is the end of the video. Link, like, subscribe,
Follow us on our social media.
do your things. Just another video. We haven't made much videos lately, so hopefully we'll get back to it. Do some vlogging, maybe this Christmas, some Christmas shopping vlogging.
And
maybe we'll do some try-ons. You guys can see her try on some Christmas lingerie in her pregnant belly.
they don't want to see that.
I don't know, they might do. Oh, you guys can watch me try on lingerie. We can set that up.
And then I want to do a video of us getting our baby.
That's dirty, babe. We can't do that on video. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Getting our baby stuff ready.
Oh, no.
Being nasty.
That might work. That's legal. We can do that.
And then preparing the hospital bags. You know, we have like 7 weeks until she gets here, or 8 weeks.
I like to think of it as more than 8 weeks.
No, it's not. Yeah, there's a lot to do, a lot to prepare for. We gotta get a car. We'll probably vlog that.
Car shopping.
Car shopping, and yeah. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for sticking around. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you in our next one.
And whoever keep thumbs down on our videos, y'all haters,
Yeah.
bro. Why you watching if you want a thumbs down?
What video did they thumbs down?
I don't know. Go watch the Mr. Beast videos.
Oh, our car accident video. How could you thumbs
Yeah, how we get an accident and you upset about it? How salty are you, bro? Like, what's wrong with you? We just, God. Anyways, peace, sayonara, doi.
Doi. It's bye in Dutch.